let's first talk about more of Journey to Lead. For our viewers who might not know, why is this so significant?
I think it's pretty significant because there's a lot of talk now about equal pay for equal work. We've talked about that a lot in the past, and it's become table stakes. But one thing that folks don't talk about as much is opportunity for advancement. And that's really where Journey to Lead focuses, is how can they help by bringing powerful women together to infuse that sense of networking and give them opportunities to think about moving forward in their career.
Saskia, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I would just say, being part of this class of fellows has really helped me understand the impact that Journey has, not just on individual journeys like our own, but in the larger community of professional women. Everything from like mentorship and access and resources, curated connections. These are all the tools that we need to help build the next generation of women who will lead successfully. And I think without a group like Journey, that's really hard to do.
And you both were selected as fellows for this year. How significant is that? What does that mean to you, Maria?
Yeah, it means a lot because not only are you surrounded by 24 other incredible women who are doing amazing things with their careers, they're leading companies, they have high-level positions as executives at the Fortune 500. So just being in that community of women is a really powerful thing on its own because now you have a peer set of people to talk through issues. We're all going through things in our own professional journey, and so being able to have that cohort is really important.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's the support system. It's realizing that you can't do it, no one does it on their own, and you really need this group, this tribe to help you get to the next level, and then also help pave the way for other women to come up and lead.
And Maria, last time we talked, we were talking about pay equity for women in the workplace. Can you walk us through some of the products that you offer at Syndio to help achieve that?
Yeah, thank you so much for asking. So at Syndio, we provide software to help companies prevent pay and opportunity gaps. And that's hugely important always, but also because we're about to hit the first Equal Pay Day on March 12th. And for folks that aren't aware, Equal Pay Day, the first one, is really just for white women. So if you keep going throughout the year, the last Equal Pay Day is for Latina women, and it signifies how long it takes women to earn the same amount in 1 year as men. So I think it's really important that companies keep doubling down on leveraging innovation and technology like what we provide to identify, do they have disparities that are because of something like gender or race, and how do they fix them?
And Saskia, you launched Fresh Bellies in 2016. Tell me about some of your biggest goals and achievements that you hope to accomplish for 2024.
Yeah, so right now our products are, which is a line of healthy, sustainable snacks with Latin-inspired flavors, are available in over 5,000 retail stores nationwide. And we're looking to expand that distribution and really make our products accessible to everyone, so we can encourage everyone to snack healthier every day.
What was your motivation behind it? Tell me about your story.
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Ecuador, and my dad was a banana farmer and agricultural entrepreneur, and so I grew up around food and eating fruit straight from the vine at a very early age. And when I moved to the US, I realized that the way that we eat here and the way that children in particular eat here was drastically different than how I grew up in South America. And I wanted to change that. I wanted children to be exposed to a variety of flavors. I wanted us to be closer to our food source and to really start to eat cleaner, just clean ingredients that taste good and are fun.
And you also have an interesting story because you worked in the NBA for over a decade and then you made the transition to start Fresh Bellies. I mean, what motivated you to make that transition and how did you deal with the transition?
Yeah, I really thought the NBA was where I was going to retire. It was my dream job. But really, kids changed my priorities. I mean, it really turned my world upside down, and it made me want to do something bigger than myself, where I felt like I could be making an impact in people's lives. And so I decided, after I had my second daughter, I took 6 months of maternity leave and decided this was my chance to do this. I felt like this was my calling, and I gave my resignation and started it from scratch. I never thought I would do that. I really thought I was going to stay at the NBA forever.
Yeah, can you talk to me about some of the things that you learned through your time at the NBA that you carried over to building your brand, building your company, and that you implement on a daily basis?
Yeah, my role at the NBA was very entrepreneurial, so I was in charge of all of their consumer marketing and particularly focused on multicultural consumers, so Hispanics, women, kids, any of the underrepresented, what we call fan bases. And so I had my own sort of business within the business that allowed me to be really creative, do things completely out of the box from a league perspective. And I feel like all of those just innovative approaches to how to run a business and really lead with integrity were things that I brought with me to start Fresh Bellies.
And you know, Maria, I want to talk about Syndio and your role, right? I mean, and you also have a big family. You have many daughters, and they look up to you. You have so many people who up to you also as a mentor. What would you like to teach them? What do you hope they take away from how you lead your employees, your company, and everything that you apply to your professional and personal life?
Yeah, thanks. The other thing I will say is with 7 kids, they are huge fans of Fresh Bellies. So it's stocked in our pantry at all times at this point. So it's been a big win. I would say when you're thinking about how you want to model leadership for your kids, in particular your daughters, but all your kids really, it's about how can I show up and show my kids that in my work, I'm putting team over self. So thinking about what is best for the business, what is best for the people that work for me and the people that work with me, versus what's best for me individually. And I think in thinking about that and modeling that, it's really important because kids pick up on that. They hear the conversations you're having with your spouse about work. They listen every day. They know if you're miserable. They know if you're happy. They know if you're inspired and passionate.
Yeah.
So what I hope is when my kids see me at work, they understand that I love what I do and that I'm passionate about what I do and I get up every day and I get to make a difference in the world, not that I'm getting up and it's just a complete drag and I'm miserable. So that's what I try to think about as I go through the day to day.